Hey, Steve Mignotti here at my modeling hideout in West Brookfield, Massachusetts, with a little bit of talk about JoHan model kits that I'm working on and have worked on. Now we all know that JoHan, their last true model that they rendered from scratch was a promo. This thing right here, done in 1977, 8, and 9. So 79 was the final year they squirted plastic into kits. And the underside of this car is strictly 1970s catalytic converter. And again, it's a promo. You can also get these things as sort of a snap together, but nicely done. The body lines on these things are really good. The grille is fantastic. Just a nice model in so many ways. And it really is a worthy successor to some of the original JoHans. It's one of the beautiful ones. This is a promo also from 1966 Olds Toronado, molded in sort of a maroon. And once again, the details underneath, the leaf springs at the back, the dual exhaust system seen on the Toronado, beautiful dual exhaust outlets coming out of the bumper right there. And the engine, of course, is it's not under the hood, but the engine stuff underneath molded into the chassis, the front wheel drive setup. And just a beautiful little, it's a promo is what it is. But there were also some model kits based on this thing that MPC brought out using the same tool. I guess JoHan and MPC must have had some agreements where they partnered on certain things. And for my dime, the best JoHan model pretty much of all time was the Chrysler turbine car. This is one that built in 1979. It's pretty raw if you look at it. It's kind of, I was using electric tape for masking and brushing the white and stuff. But it's kind of an interesting little model, what if. And the chassis these are very, very detailed kits. The actual turbine car model, very detailed. Doors open, the hood opens, the trunk opens, the seats fold. They're amazing. So I had to defile this with two Hemis, not one, but two. And there it is, two JoHan Hemis right there, the Hillborn injection units right there, which I used to rob from the Holland Hearse or the Aurora Ambulance. Very expensive models today, but I'd buy them and just steal them for the Hillborn units. And I just thought it'd be a good idea to put them in this thing here. Dana 60 rear axle with the cover off the Sox and Martin Pro Stock Barracuda right there, beautiful chrome cover right there. And so this is an effort that I started in 1979 and finished about 20 years ago, I guess. And I'm still building weird JoHan models. And case in point is this right here. This is Hanley's hauler. You might wonder, what is that? Well, I'll tell you about that in a second. But basically, this is the 77, 78, 9 Coupe de Ville promo, basically sliced and diced and turned into something that never happened. Now Hanley, of course, the term Hanley or JoHan is a reference to John Hanley, who founded JoHan in 1949, I think. And I guess the word was, it's kind of speculative, but apparently Hanley would leave and maybe not pay the people who worked for him, and they got mad. So he'd split in his Cadillac. Hanley's hauler, he split, and he's got the money in his pouch right there. You can see Hanley's hauling the cash. And I guess what happened was certain disgruntled employees, this is, hearsay, but they got mad and they scrapped the tooling, which is why a lot of the original JoHan stuff will never be seen again. Now, I would say this: if somebody like Okie Spaulding or maybe Tom Lowe get a new old stock JoHan kit and just digitize the thing and then made metals tools and then started squirting plastic, you could probably see some JoHan kits again. Now, these things, the Holland Hearse, the real one, is like a $400 model. I bought two of them on eBay. I'll do it again. But if I could buy it for, say, $200, brand new, or even $150 or $60, but $200, I'd pay for that happily. And so maybe that can happen. We'll see. But in the meantime, Hanley's hauler will have to do. You can see right here, clone JoHan now. Clone as in use computer techniques to bring the tooling back to life. And of course, here's the Hanley's hauler, the Gold Cup. Of course, JoHan, the best models for the Gold Cup series, but it's here, Gold Cup tool scrap right here. Discrete service. In other words, if you want to scrap your tooling, call Gold Cup Tool Scrappage, and we'll turn your tools, your priceless tools, into a 6-pack of beer for your trouble. And this it's halfway done, this one right here. And to make these decals right here, what I did is a company called STS Scale Model Decals. Great people. What you do, Terry and Patrice Borchers, I think, that's them. And you send them stuff to work with. This is basically, these are little maps, if you will, of the side of the car, what the graphic is, what I want them to do. And what they do is they take these things and work from these sizes to create the actual decals that become the model. And this is about maybe $150, something like that from beginning to end. Not very expensive to make these graphics, to make your model one of a kind. And speaking of one of a kind, the original JoHan promo had no engine, but I have to have two engines in my models. Case in point, this thing here, right? Two Hemis, right? Gotta have two. So what I did is I created a sort of a rear-engined what if for the Hanley's hauler. So the chassis is out of I think this is the Hemi under glass, or maybe the LA Dart. That's what it is, the LA Dart's front equipment right here. Slice it, dice it, make a big hole in it, and then build two Hemis. The world's only V16 Hemi with 16 stacks. It's an arrogant looking creature, a wicked looking thing. And this goes inside the back right here. right down like that. And these stacks right here are from the Mobius altered wheelbase cars, and this goes right inside like that, sort of like that. There we go, about like that. Oops, gonna drop out. So it's a radical looking thing, and with this thing all together, you can actually see the engine from inside the car. It's a cool little model. This one, I'll finish it up pretty soon. And of course, here's the interior, which will encase the engines and the roll bar. Use of color is important too. Yellow is a big thing on the Hull and Hurst, the real kit. Yellow on the outside, and again, the roll cage inside, done in yellow to complement the body. And kind of, slicing and dicing. This is what I do in my off hours, which is 99% of my time these days. And the wheels and tires are also very important on these things. I love Hallebrand mags on the back, and these are from, I think, a 124 scale a bank or something like that. And these are rubber tires. I'm not sure where these, maybe off a Willis or something like that, not sure, but they're perfect for the back of the car. And up front, again, the Mobius torque thrust stripped and then properly painted with magnesium and flat aluminum surfaces. So these will be under the car to give it a proper retro look. So it'll be done probably within a couple of weeks. I'll have this thing wrapped up. I'll do a video on it when the time comes. So that's a story of my infatuation with twin engine Hemi powered vehicles and JoHan models.